Kennedy moved stealthily around the crime scene, expertly installing CCTV cameras in strategic locations. His movements were swift and silent, ensuring he remained undetected. As he worked, he suddenly heard approaching footsteps. Without a moment's hesitation, he took cover, blending into the shadows, his senses alert. Detective Mark Gabriel, dressed in his official uniform, entered the scene accompanied by 3 men, all clad in black attire and wearing gloves. He scanned the area, his eyes sharp and observant. "Detective Mark Gabriel, search the house and bring me the flash drive," he commanded his men, his voice firm and authoritative. As Lucas arrived at the scene, he overheard a conversation inside the building. The first man descended the stairs and reported to Mark Gabriel, "I found nothing." The second man emerged from a room, echoing the sentiment. "Nothing here," he confirmed. The third man, coming from the kitchen, shared the same result. "I don't think it's here. Let's leave before someone finds us," Detective Mark Gabriel decided. Upon hearing this, Lucas stormed in, pointing his pistol at Mark Gabriel and his men, ordering them to freeze. But one of Mark Gabriel's men shot at him, hitting Lucas in his arm. Lucas dropped his gun and the chaplet he wore. Mockingly, Mark Gabriel said, "Look who we have here, the detective in charge of this investigation. What a pleasant surprise. Congratulations, for you just solved the case." He then ordered his men to take Lucas into his car, deliberately crashing it into a wall before setting it ablaze, leaving Lucas trapped inside. Kennedy emerged from his hideout, having observed the scene meticulously. In the dim light, he carefully picked up Lucas's chaplet, leaving his gun behind as he stealthily made his way out, unnoticed by anyone present. Meanwhile, Detective Mark Gabriel stood tall, representing the police force as he delivered a speech to honor the departed soul. In the quiet of the gathering, Kennedy rose from his seat at the back and moved purposefully to the front row. He settled into an empty seat close to Mitchell, Lucas's sibling. Mitchell, intrigued by the stranger's presence, asked hesitantly, "How can I help?" Kennedy met Mitchell's gaze steadily and replied, "I think the right question would be, how can I help you? I apologize for my abrupt manner. Y am Dr. Alexandra, el asesino que nunca perdió su objetivo. And I bring a message from your late brother." With a solemn gesture, he handed over Lucas's chaplet to her, then stood up as if preparing to leave. Puzzled, Mitchell inquired, "Do you communicate with the dead?" Kennedy shook his head, his expression serious. "No, I was at the scene when he was killed." "But he died from a fatal accident," Mitchell protested, struggling to accept the truth. Kennedy took out his phone and played a video for her to watch. As she stared at the screen, tears welled up in her eyes. The footage was undeniable, and the reality of her brother's death sank in. Feeling a gentle tap on her shoulder, Mitchell turned to find Kennedy looking at her with a mix of sympathy and determination. "If you seek vengeance, join the police force," he said softly. "I will get in touch with you." With that, he quietly slipped away, leaving Mitchell to grapple with the newfound knowledge and the choices it presented.